Hello, and a wonderful OnPassive day to you. I hope that your day is going as good as mine, if not better, because it is gorgeous out here today on this Monday. You know, there's been a lot of talk lately about digital transformation, and the online business space is all about it, right? Especially those operating in the digital arena. Um, that's because the digital transformation is all about the organizational adoption of digital technology and common goals for its use are to improve the efficiency, the innovations, and the values that we offer through our particular companies, right? In recent years, the strategy for achieving digital transformation has taken a distinct pathway, actually, two of them. The first is by optimizing processes to gain efficiencies, through what we do and making it more streamlined and profitable. And the second one is by adding on new business models and or revenue streams. Now, companies are pretty evenly split on the path they take to achieve this. OnPassive does both. And together, these strategies lay out the backbone for the development of the support. It's not only the corporate function, right, OnPassive at large, but every product created by OnPassive for use by our members, our clients, or our customers. So in short, I'm saying that OnPassive promotes and even drives digital and real world transformation through the implementing of the highest efficiencies through radical new business models created with multiple revenue streams for itself and its partners. That's primarily how we drive digital transformation. Fortunately for us, OnPassive starts at the top. This means that everything created by OnPassive is created from concept, developed until it's the best of the best, then integrated into the collective, so to speak, waiting for the day that we present it to the world. And that is our OnPassive, the epitome of digital transformation that, even before opening its massive digital gates to the public, is soundly immersed in the integral practices as a means of superior digital transformation. I have a list. We go as we, excuse me, as we go through them, keep in mind that companies use some or all of these practices to bolster their own digital transformation. OnPassive is the only company that I know of engaged in all of them at the same time. But these practices were methodically integrated into core practices with OnPassive from the very beginning. So it's nothing new to us, right? Number one, we integrate with other business systems and we have an ability to work with other deployed technology and software. We work across platforms. We develop everything with scalability. We use predictive analysis. We employ cutting edge security. We use virtual workspaces, right? Remote work capabilities. We ensure data privacy. We have a full range of customization. We bring the cloud experience to all apps and data, which is it's like the edge to cloud connectivity, that we're doing with the data centers. We deploy device management capabilities, remote management, and we also deploy platform management capabilities. We have full connected uh, resources, connectivity like Bluetooth and wireless, cellular, all those things. We have our control over our own data locations, i.e., state and country, where the data centers are and things of that nature. And we all also use on-prem connectivity. So those are all the things, right, that drive what we're doing with digital transformation. And we've been doing these for years now, which means these things are part of our soul, so to speak, and not just a part of the plan for digital transformation or digital dominance. Of course, that's going to happen. So keep in mind, these things are not our products or our infrastructure, but they go into the development of our products and infrastructure. And that's how OnPassive is going to solidly outshine, outperform other big tech. And that's through a combination of digital and physical products, multiple types of innovation labs, and a global net of data centers. And let me tell you, This is just the beginning. Through the things we just mentioned, we're adding, wow, elegant efficiencies, incredible innovations, and vast values, right? No company is going to give you the value of OnPassive or the value that OnPassive is going to give you. And when we combine this with heart to fuel compassionate action, we form a true meta company that extends far beyond social media, far beyond any kind of digital applications. We're evolving business as we know it through behind the scene futuristic development of existing technologies and the design, development, and manufacture of new ones. Now, how exciting are these things here, right? A completely automated, AI driven digital ecosystem, right? The equivalent of an abbreviated internet. Wow, nobody's got that. Physical products such as the world has never seen are now going into production. We've got that. New technologies rising onto real and digital landscapes that have never been put into practice that can change the planet. Yeah, check that block too, because we've got that. But as exciting as those things are, and there's more I could mention, right? But we don't need to go there. Exciting as those things are, there are more exciting things on the horizon that we're going to talk about for a few minutes that I seriously hope is going to give you an idea where OnPassive is and where the world at large is headed. Now, you may have heard of Mr. Ash Mufareh. He's the CEO of OnPassive, and you may have heard him mention in the last couple of the weeks the term Metaverse, right? Well, imagine something that has the potential to weave physical atomic particles, physical matter. Yeah, this is deep stuff. Together with digital matter, right? Called bits, to form an environment that supports sensory experience, right? That makes us feel like we're somewhere physically without actually being there. Now, such a seemingly completely immersive digital experience would let us connect to you uh, or others in new and very unique ways, right? We could connect in very different ways with employees and customers and suppliers and stakeholders. And there's a mosquito. Of course, you could also do it with friends or families, right? Now, the word metaverse comes from the Greek word meaning meta, and it means beyond, and verse, which means space. So this is going to be the next paradigm shift. It's going to happen in the technological arena, and it is going to be massive. That's where we're headed. It's the result of digital transformation followed by the integration of all things virtual. Formally or technically, right, in futurism and science fiction, the metaverse is a hypothetical version of the internet as a single, universal, immersive virtual world that is enabled by the use of headsets for virtual and augmented reality. Informally, the metaverse is a work or a network rather of 3D virtual worlds, and they're all focused on social connection. At its highest level, the metaverse is a virtual online world, a digital space that mirrors real life, the real world, but it is not restricted by the rules of that real world. It's an integrated network of 3D virtual worlds accessed through virtual reality headsets, right? Using that technology, users can navigate the metaverse through eye movements and feedback controllers and voice commands and stuff like that. So another way to put this is to say that the metaverse is a virtual expanse outside of the limitation of our everyday life. It's like a universe beyond real life. Um, Now, you may have noticed that live digital events have eclipsed the gatherings conventional gatherings have eclipsed them, right? In all of human history. I mean, we've got bigger events digitally now than we've ever had before. And yeah, that means and that indicates that we've moved into a virtual era. And this evolution is best represented by the metaverse as it connects our digitality, I guess is a better word, and our experiences together. So with that digitality in mind, the metaverse is essentially the next level immersive social network and Internet of Things platform, right? It's a virtual copy of the real world in which everything is interconnected instead of siloed, which means segregated off into groups and not connected, and in which the virtual has the same level of permanence and realness as the real world. Think of augmented reality or virtual reality and avatars and holograms and flying and teleportation and a lot more, right? All pumped up on steroids. Remember the movie Avatar, The Matrix? Yeah, it's like that. It's really cool stuff. Most metaverse platforms run on blockchain, a decentralized database, that is shared across a whole network of computers. Yeah, the metaverse is a thing. Now, trillions have been spent developing the tech, and the leaders of the internet have got some pretty serious plans for the metaverse, which is their version of the future in which our physical world will merge with the digital in a fully immersive virtual reality. Like I said, trillions have already been spent. But while the metaverse parallels the real world, it's also an extension out of it, right? Or an extension of it. And it's already seeded with the Internet of Things, and it's soon going to encompass the virtual and augmented worlds and realities that we mentioned earlier. And everything is going to be stitched in a way together using what we call Web3 for a world that we can virtually step right into, so to speak. Now, today, or more so probably as the future unfolds, virtual reactions virtual interactions, relationships, and memories, they're all going to be made through and within these immersive digital experiences. Now, they can and will be real enough to create memories that are just as real as those made offline, maybe even more real or more vibrant in this case. Now, the metaverse as we see it now is only in the stage where people go to connect. So it's not that sophisticated. I mean, it's getting there. It's seeded, but the metaverse uh, has as a distinctive feature the social aspect of it. And as we move forward, we being OnPassive, we're going to help brands build memories and relationships there that last. So within a decade or so, human to computer interaction is going to go through some massive, major transformations because we're actually moving away from 2D applications, right? Like the relatively boring, static social media platforms of today. And they're used for posting information, but we're moving away from that. We're transitioning into an era of mixed reality where the real and virtual worlds become increasingly intertwined, right? Stitched together. And as such, the metaverse becomes a next generation hyper-connected reality. But more than just a new frontier, the metaverse is an extension of ourselves. And as cultural norms and personal identities continue to shift and evolve with it, we, OnPassive, are going to help bring uh, brands to support, I suppose, the values and the things that we care about of audiences and communities by leveraging the new platforms and formats and capitalize on user-driven creativity for use inside the metaverse. And anyone that's listened to Mr. Mufareh has heard that we're already working on some rather incredible stuff. And this means the metaverse, and by extension, Web3, which will redefine what ownership means in a digital society. Yeah, a little bit far-fetched, right? Well, maybe not so much. I mean, if you think about this, of course, it's still going to have to involve the existing protocols and services that we see today on the internet, right? They're going to be better, and they're going to be built on uh, permissionless blockchains with open standards and open protocols. And this is going to allow us a much greater level of freedom, a lot more and larger decentralization and fairness, more fairness right across the board for individual users and content creators and projects, right? So right now, that infrastructure is still being built, which is to say the technologies that we're going to be using that will be used as foundations for Web3, which are blockchain and cryptocurrency and smart contracts and stuff like that. They're still growing and still taking shape. But still, Web3 is extremely important because the concept gives the individuals ownership and control over the content that we create. So, with virtualization transforming the human experience and defining a new age, OnPassive is going to be able to help support brands adapt and respond to the opportunities by pursuing new revenue streams, by grabbing hold of opportunities for commerce and e-commerce and connection, and producing immersive original content that will actually drive the culture. And we are already in every culture on the planet, or doggone close to it. And it seems to me that they have already set some things in motion for this. I mean, you think those mechanical, those physical, those electrical innovation labs are going to sit around looking pretty like potted plants? I don't think so. And when you look at what we're doing over in Hyderabad with the techs and developers and engineers, yeah, there's a digital lab too. I mean, we're using it to create all sorts of stuff, starting with our own AI. So as we evolve in this, it's easy to see how the tenacity, how the persistence of our online identity development across platforms marks us as citizens of the metaverse. And accordingly, the brands and the products that consumers like us and everybody else in the metaverse are likely to purchase virtually are the ones that engage with users' appearances or identities in this metaverse. So think about it. There is not a culture or industry that OnPassive is not entered or is not poised to enter right now. And through the digital ecosystem, the AI with automation, the data centers, the InnoLabs, all of that and more, right? OnPassive and by extension, the founder base is likewise poised to create a virtual reality metaverse where its citizens take on digital form and persona indistinguishable from the real world. That is where we're headed, right? Beyond digital transformation. This is where the whole world is headed. So go check it out. Then get ready to be in the best shape of your lives because this is where we're going and we're all a part of it. And it is a fantastic journey just waiting for us to let it unfold in front of us. So I hope you enjoyed this and I hope it really gets your imagination. Go search, metaverse and just read the amazing stuff that is out there. Now, if you're listening to this before the founder opportunity closed, please remember to go back to the founder that invited you to join. You'll be glad you did. They will too. If you haven't been invited, just click on a registration or join now link in the box below or description box below. This opportunity, the founder opportunity, is going to be closed forever in just a couple of days, right? It's going to be closed, well, from the date you view this. Who knows when you view this? I don't know. Anyway, you can also go to onpassive.com to learn more and sign up from there. But if the founder opportunity is no longer available, then you can join us as a customer once we actually open publicly. And when you do, the chances are very, very good that there's going to be an opportunity for you to earn as well. But whatever you decide to do, just know that we just wish blessing and blessing upon you and upon your entire family. Thank you. Bye.